Okay, let's talk about the midgut malrotations. So in malrotation, you have an anomaly of the midgut rotation during fetal development, which means that the bowel is malpositioned, and it leads to volvulus and duodenal obstruction. So if we have an incomplete 270-degree counterclockwise midgut rotation, then you have the lad bands and the increased volvulus risk. And with bilious emesis, that's going to be midgut malrotation. So we have a neonate that's only 3 days old and signs of dehydration and distended abdomen. The lad bands are the fibrous bands that compress the duodenum, and that's part of the reason why you get that vomiting. And there's also the risk of the volvulus, the ischemia, and the necrosis. So we have a 2-day-old green bilious vomiting and abdominal distension, and we have malpositioned bowel and fibrous bands. What's the most likely embryological error? And we'll talk about each of these, but it's going to be incomplete midgut rotation. And so normally it'll rotate counterclockwise around the SMA. And if this fails, then we got some bad news because the cecum's going to be in the right upper quadrant. And that's going to have the lad, and it's also going to have the formation of lad bands that compress the duodenum, and that leads to the bilious emesis. And so the gut recanalization failure should make you think of duodenal atresia, double bubble on the trouble. Neural crest failure, Hirschsprung disease, that's when you don't have all of those nerves that you need, and so you'll have delayed meconium and tight rectum. But you wouldn't have those bands. Persistent vitelline ductus Meekles diverticulum and Meekles, painless rectal bleeding, no vomiting. And maybe you'd see telescoping as well with that one. Pancreatic blood effusion, that's the pancreatic devisum, and that's early asymptomatic for mild pancreatitis. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. If it was, then yeah, just go ahead and subscribe and all that good jazz.